We were driving my friend's old Subaru through a large cemetery. We stopped and went down a hill and came across a small pond. Someone was sitting on a rock across the pond. The figure was all black, and we couldn't make out any features other than the fact that it looked like a man wearing an old-fashioned top hat. We stupidly waved and shouted, "Hello?" He showed no signs of recognition and remained sitting on the rock. Suddenly, he jumped up, started running towards us across the water, and then disappeared into the water in the middle of the pond. My friends and I screamed and ran back to the car. The car wouldn't start, and we heard something banging against the back of the car. It wasn't a constant noise, but every few seconds we heard it. From what we could see in the dark, there was no one outside, but something was making noises in the car. I opened my phone and started calling my mother to help us, but there was no answer. None of us had cell service. The next 30 minutes he spent trying to start the car. There was no banging sound after that, but we felt strong pressure around us. The car finally started and he pressed the pedal to the metal. We left the cemetery quickly. As soon as we walked through the door, all of our phones had cell service again. One thing I know for sure is that there is someone or something out there, and it's not an animal or a human. I have had many strange experiences with our crematorium. One such case occurred in 2012 after a service for a very large man, weighing about 375 pounds. I heated up the cremation chamber while my wife prepared a movie to watch while the man was cremated. I used the elevator and slid inside, then closed the cremation room door and went to sit down. About 5 minutes after closing, we heard a loud noise. None of us paid much attention, but a moment later there was another and then another. I stood up, worried that maybe the man still had a pacemaker, which was unlikely because his organs had been removed. The thumping became more and more urgent. We looked out the front window of the cremation room and couldn't believe what we saw. The man inside struggled, his arms and legs bending as if in extreme pain. It's not unusual to see moving parts during a person's cremation. When limbs are broken, they often contract as muscles and tendons are torn, but that was definitely not the case. The man's fingers clenched into fists and hit the window. His legs seemed to be kicking down as if wanting to escape. The man's mouth opened and the first groan began to come from inside, followed by screams. There was absolutely no possibility that he was still alive. But after just a few minutes, everything suddenly stopped. This memory still haunts me sometimes because what I saw was truly disturbing.